This week on Steel Horse Thunder.
For the kids, man, that's it.
We head up north for the Jackie Dunham Ride.
It's a memory of my daughter that I miss so much, and I miss her more and more every day. And this is the next best thing there is, since I can't have her. So I want to do it for kids.
Then we head to Southside Harley-Davidson for demo days. It does make a big difference when you can get on these things and just see what they do.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the price, you can't beat it. Free, you know.
All that and much more on Steel Horse Thunder.
Persistent does pay off.
Steel Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law, with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.
Hey, winter's among us, but spring is right around the corner. It's time to start putting those rides together for next year.
Absolutely. We would love to host an event here at Flat Out Motorsports. We have plenty of parking, plus the facility is large enough that if weather turns on us, we can move it inside.
And that's the nice thing. This place is so big, there is more than just motorcycles. There's every kind of toy you can think of.
Absolutely. If you're going to hunt or plow your driveway or just have another recreational vehicle, this is a place.
No doubt. So Vince, how do people get in touch with you here?
Well, it's really easy to reach out to us on Facebook, and you can check our current events there, or you can stop by the store. We're on 88th Place in Hague, which is just south on I-6 Street. You can see us really easy from I-69.
Yes.
Motorcycle riders want the freedom of the open road with the wind in their face. Unfortunately, other motorists often do not give motorcycles the proper attention that the law requires. When an accident occurs, call Leidendorf Law for a free consultation. Our team of lawyers is ready to aggressively pursue your case and fight for your rights in and out of a courtroom. We'll help you on the road to recovery so that soon you can return to the open road. Leidendorf Law, like family, because we are.
Mother Nature is my playground, and when I hit the trail, I drive hard. And Mother Nature, she hits back even harder. Line-X protects my vehicle inside and out, guaranteed to withstand even the harshest of elements. I've learned that anything worth protecting is worth overprotecting. Because when protection matters most, I Line-X it.
Hey man, we got a beautiful Saturday morning. We're all the way up here in Marion, Indiana at Brandt's I-69 Harley-Davidson. Cindy, what is going on?
This is the 8th annual Jackie Dunham Ride, and you are right, there are a lot of bikes out here today.
The place is packed, it's beautiful weather. Everybody seems to be in a good mood, which we like to see. So let's go find out a little bit more about this ride and see what everybody's doing.
So Myron, we're here at the Jackie Dunham Ride. Tell me about this ride and what you've had to do to put into it.
It's been a lot of work and a lot of progression, but we've got a lot of great people that help us every year. They always tell us to come back, see them next year, and it's getting bigger and bigger every year.
Well, tell me who is Jackie Dunham?
Jackie was my wife's daughter. We lost her 10 years ago with a heart attack at 33, and we went 2 years before we started, and then once we started to ride, it's just progressively got bigger.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a big ride today.
It's looking pretty good. I'm getting excited.
Well, you know, I know persistence always pays off, and you guys have been persistent to ask us to come out to this ride, and it's been, what, 5 years since we...
5 years.
And we finally came out today.
And I've asked you every year, and I never gave up because I knew one of these days you'd be here, and you surprised me today and made it.
Well, you know, I'm glad we did make it. And I just want everybody to know that persistent does pay off. So just keep on asking.
Just keep asking because they will show up.
Well, you know, I am so glad that you guys have this ride going on. Can you tell me how Jackie, did they find out why she had a heart attack at so young of an age?
She had a heart disease, and I guess it kind of runs in the family. And we had no clue. She was a healthy one out of 4.
Wow.
And it just all of a sudden she was at work and she got pains in her chest up in the upper part, and they sent her to Med Works or one of them, and they never even run a stethoscope or anything on her. They said you just pulled a muscle in your boot going back to work. And she worked the rest of that day, was off the next day because she was up vomiting all night, and that's symptoms of a heart attack for a woman. That was on a Wednesday. And She went back to work Thursday and Friday. Saturday was Christmas Eve. We took her to the hospital and never brought her home.
Wow, I am so sorry. You know, I hope that this ride will bring awareness to heart attacks in younger people, because there are so many these days that you hear about. So I hope that there's awareness.
It doesn't matter your age. If you're 20, you still need to get a checkup. Because she was 33, we thought she was healthy and had no clue.
Hey man, we're out here at Brant's I-69. What brought you out here for this ride?
I come out every year to support the ride for the kids that have the heart problems. It's my 8th year.
Oh, so you've been out here, this is the 8th year, correct?
Yeah, yes.
So you do it every year and you come back. What about last year? It was raining.
We still did it. I'm not a fair weather rider. Whatever it takes, right, for the kids.
Man, I love that. I love that attitude, because it's normally all it takes is a 10% chance of rain, and half of the motorcyclists do not get out.
Last year we didn't have nowhere near what we've had in previous years because of the rain. Yeah, so, but this year's looking pretty good so far.
It is looking good. With the street is lining up with motorcycles, and man, I appreciate that. The fact that you're coming out here every year, that's pretty cool. You ought to be proud of yourself for that.
Yeah, just for the kids, man, that's it.
All right, now, as usual, I'm out here, I'm talking to people and not paying attention. And my job is to pay attention. I wasn't paying attention. What just took place over here?
This is our commander, Tim Yangle, with the Sons of the American Legion, Indiana, or Post 10 over here on the hill. And we have one of our projects is our Cub Scout Pack 3410. And so under the SAL and the Cub Scouts, they put together a few fundraisers and raised $250 for the cause today. So we came out to drop off a check, and then we're heading back, and we've got another event up here at the post today. So
that is awesome. Now, do you guys do stuff like this all the time?
Yes, on a regular basis throughout the year. Different projects, for different fundraisers.
Well, that's awesome. I'm glad I at least caught you guys before you left, so I could find out what was going on, man. Dude, that's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah,
You gonna keep doing this even when you're as old as everybody else?
I guess.
All right, I know we're out here to do the ride and everything else, but I couldn't help but to notice your shirt. I love the shirt. Please explain a little bit of that.
Well, one, I lost a daughter in January to heroin. Our local tattoo shop in Gas City, he got fed up with all the heroin and the drugs, and he took money out of his pocket, printed 1,000 of these up, sold them for $15 a shirt, and 100% of the proceeds went to the police department. He also done a tattoo. $60 of the tattoo went to the artist for his time. The other $60 went to the police department. Since then, he has printed, I think, 4 or 5 more shirts, different sayings, silly, what was it? One of them was silly druggy needles are for tattooing, but he had 3 or 4 or 5 more different sayings, and all the money goes to the police department. So that's what it's all about.
Well, and I know the heroin has been horrible. I mean, down in Bloomington it's terrible. I know Muncie's been, you just see it on the news every day, and it's just gotten crazy anymore.
And it's getting worse. It's getting really bad. So we need to do something.
Margie, this ride today is for your daughter who passed away of a heart attack. Can you tell me about what brought about this ride for you and what it means to you?
It means a lot to me. It's a memory of my daughter that I miss so much, and I miss her more and more every day. And this is the next best thing there is, since I can't have her. So I want to do it for kids and keep her memory out there.
Well, and the girl that you have, the donations are going to today, it's just amazing. She's had those 3 surgeries and she's doing very well.
I know, and being 8 years old, it's amazing. God's really, really good.
Yes, He is. You guys put a lot into this ride, and I know that you guys go out, you and Myron go out, and you get all these donations. Everything's donated.
Yes.
You guys must put a lot of work into this ride.
We work on this all year long. It's took us 8 years to get it this big. which this is just amazing. If Jackie was here, she'd be right on the bikes with all these.
I know she would, and you know, you're doing a great thing though to keep her alive in memory here for this ride, and it's just awesome what you do. So you have a blessed day today, and just so thankful for all the people that's showing up for you guys today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
She is the child that is going to get the donations from everybody today. Tell me about what you've had to go through.
She was born with what's called tetralogy of Fallot, but hers was more complex. It also had pulmonary arteria, which means an absent pulmonary artery or valve. So in a sense, when she was first born, her blood just flew one way in her body. It went down, and then barely came back up. So she was what they call a blue baby for 6 months. And then her first surgery, she was just over 36 hours old. It was roughly just over 10 hours. And they put an artificial shunt between the left and right ventricle that would let her blood flow back and forth between the parts of her heart. And then till she got a little bigger and healthier. And we were in ICU. She was born October the 11th, and we came home December 16th. So we were home for Christmas and everything. And then she went back 2 days after Easter. She went back in April, and they did her big surgery, and it was 17 hours long, 2 different surgeons. And they put a pig valve and artery in. A pig valve and artery in, and that was supposed to last 5 years. It lasted 8, and she was in heart failure, what they considered heart failure, for about a year. The valve, they put her on antibiotics because the valve was leaky. That's what they do for it typically, and some blood thinners, on and off of blood thinners. And that got her through. They wanted to get at least another year out of that first valve, which they did, just under a year, about 10 months. And then this time, she just had surgery on the 29th of last month, and they put a cow valve in. So if she moves today, that's why. And it will last 15 to 20 years is what they're hoping. And then they're hoping by the time that they do that there will be, science will have advanced, and they can put something more permanent in. But she had no complications whatsoever. The surgery was just over 7 hours. And she was sedated for the first day just to kind of, give her body a rest. But once they turned all the medication off, she was up and running and playing and making friends at the hospital. It was amazing. It was amazing. So
I noticed that your beard is bigger than Scott's beard.
Well, not really. I just got more beads in it.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
I love it though. It's the flag and it's so cool.
Well, it's the American way. I'm an American, so I want to patronize my country, and that's what it's all about, to ride and enjoy and have a good time.
Exactly. I believe that. So what brings you out to this ride today?
Well, I have some friends that asked me about it 2 years ago, and I had to go in the hospital to have hip surgery, neck surgery, and I wasn't able to do it. So this year they saw me again and said, look, you missed the last 2. You're going to make it? I said, I'll be there. So I'm here.
Well, you picked the perfect year to ride, the perfect day to ride, because it's beautiful today.
It is, and I'm trying to get all that I missed for 2 years back this year, which is not going to happen, but I'm back on my feet. As I tell everybody, I'm hobbling, I'm wobbling, but I'm still above ground.
So what kind of surgery did you have to have?
I had hip surgery on my left, and then I had to have neck surgery back to back.
Wow. So you were off the bike for quite a while.
Yes. And I'm back now. I'm riding a trike, so I'm comfortable and having a good time.
All right, be honest with me. Are you here because you want to shop or because you wanted to see some Harleys, or are you just simply here because it's the cheapest way to feed the kids?
All of it.
Hey, now, I'm looking at this ride that you're on right now. This is pretty cool, looks pretty custom built and everything else. Tell me a little bit about this machine.
Well, it's got a VW rear end, VW motor. It's a 1600 bored out to 18. It's 4-speed, and I got reverse.
Do you?
Yes. We've done a little bit of work to it, not a lot. This is my first full year as being licensed. I had my permit for that. I got a lot of work left to do on it, but it's very enjoyable. It's like driving a car. My husband bought it thinking I'd ride with him. He didn't know I was taking it over.
Don't look now. Crambo's isn't just paint. It's your one-stop shop for motorcycle gear, parts, and service. Crambo's, voted the Indy A-List #1 motorcycle shop 2 years running, has expanded with the state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment for tuning your fuel-injected Harley and a new paint facility to make your bike stand out from all the others. Crambo's also has a new retail area complete with leather, chrome, audio, and all your parts and service needs. Crambo's, voted #1 for a reason.
How would you describe, in a nutshell, what is Texas Corral?
Texas Corral is more than a restaurant. It's actually it's a Texas-themed dining experience. It's good for the whole family. If you want to come and bring everyone, or if you just want to come in and have a beer, it's totally fine either way.
And just like in Texas, everything is bigger here.
Absolutely. We have big beers, big samplers, but low prices.
So whether you're taking the family out to dinner, or if you just finished riding the back roads of beautiful southern Indiana with your buddies on the motorcycles, Texas Corral is the place to be. 2 great locations.
You have been injured in an automobile collision, and suddenly your vocabulary has been expanded to include terms totally unfamiliar to you. We know accidents can be overwhelming to the injured victims and their families. You know you can put your trust in the familiar faces of Ladendorf Law. We take care of you and your family so that you can focus on recovering from your injuries. Ladendorf Law, like family, because we are.
Jennifer, you are the featured female rider for Southside Harley-Davidson, and tell me about your bike, because it is amazing to me, because I have one almost like it.
It is an 86 Honda Rebel. It's chopped into a bobber, and I love her. She's fun to ride. I can whip her around and go corners, and she's a lot of fun.
So how long have you had this bike?
2 years. I've been riding for 3. I had a Virago, Yamaha Virago before that, and got rid of this when I found this.
Did you go through the course to learn how to ride?
Yes, I did. I went to the Dryer Honda's ride.
Which is good. So, have you done anything to this bike, or are you planning on doing anything to this bike?
I have not yet. I want to go green and flat black with clovers.
Okay, well, tell me about the clover, and what exactly you want to do.
I want to go with, instead of the red, I want to go green. I want to go the clovers as far as the mirrors, the turn signals, and everything. Clovers just mean a lot to me, personal, and
well, can I ask you what the clover does mean to you?
I recovered 10 years ago and got a tattoo, and I support it every day since. So,
well, that's pretty amazing. I told Scott the first of the year that this was the year of the clover. Not sure why, and a lot of clovers have showed up in my life. So, I think that's pretty cool. So you are 10 years out.
10 years out. It's an awesome feeling. I actually can afford to buy a bike and ride and do the rides, and it's an awesome feeling.
I'm just so proud of you for your recovery, and just it'll be your year of the clover.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The attorneys at Ladendorf Law have over 100 years of experience in personal injury and wrongful death litigation. Call us at Ladendorf Law. Ladendorf Law, like family, because we are.
At Hangout of Flames, we've added a lot to our showroom. We've added lots of biker gear, lots of lighting, a lot of accessories. We've added Parts Unlimited and drag specialties to our unlimited supply of parts we can get for you.
Here at Hangout of Flames, we let you come in the back, show you things about your bike that you didn't know, teach you about them, and work with you on your bikes. We work on metric standards, Yamaha, Harley, four-wheelers, dirt bikes, everything and anything you have. It's a great place to come in and get your bike worked on, or even come in and hang out.
Hey, we're up here at Renegade Classics. We're on 96th Street and Allisonville Road. Nikki, the store has a new look to it. Can you tell me about it?
I sure can. So in this section we have our travel bags, and then we have our weather gear so we can keep you on the road as long as possible. And then we move into our helmet section. So we have your half helmets, we have your 3/4, we have your modulars, we have our leather vests, leather jackets, we also have denim and textile vests. Then we move into our chaps, lined and unlined. On the far wall we have the gloves, ladies and men's. Then we have our boots. And then we move into the ladies section. So we have ladies vests, ladies jackets, and then a few accessories. Over here we move into our care section, which we have cleaners, anything you need to do an oil change, anything you need to store your bike, so covers. And then we have our karaoke wall. So we have lots of different accessories for your bike, give it a different look, change it up a little bit.
Well, Nikki, I love what you've done with the store, and we're just thrilled to have you guys with Steel Horse Thunder as a sponsor. And remember, when you come in here to visit them, make sure you tell them Steel Horse Thunder sent you.
Motorcycle riders want the freedom of the open road. Unfortunately, other motorists often do not give riders the proper attention the law requires. Call us at Leidendorf Law. Like family, because we are.
Hey, we're up here at Southside Harley-Davidson. It's Sunday morning, and there's not one table out here. I don't see any charity ride things, no donations going on, no 50-50s. I don't even see one beer in the parking lot here. I don't know what's going on. Cindy, what are we doing up here?
This is demo rides, and we're here today because they quit making my Dyna. And I don't know why they did, but they went to a Softail, and I want to check it out and find out what that bike's all about now.
Yeah, you're lucky. At least your model did make it. It's just no longer a Dyna. It's now Softail. We got the 2018 fleet in here from the factory demos, so we're going to ride some bikes. We're going to talk to other people that are riding some of these new bikes and see how they stack up. All right, Daniel, I saw you just got off a motorcycle. What bike did you ride?
I rode the new 18 Softail Deluxe.
And what'd you think of it?
I thought it was really good. I like the new Milwaukee 8 engine, very smooth bike, and I was most impressed with the lean angle, not scraping the boards. That's what I was really wanting to see, is how well it turned. It did in the curves, and really impressed with that.
Now, do you ride? Do you have your own bike already?
Yeah, I've got a Honda Shadow currently, but hopefully not for much longer.
So you're pretty impressed with it then, I take it?
I am. I'm going to ride the Fat Bob next, so that's another one I wanted to try out today, and so far I'm impressed with the Deluxe.
Well, and it's kind of cool when the factory demo fleet comes in, it's not like you can come in here and just ride one bike. You're going to get a chance to ride a few of them, and it does make a big difference when you can get on these things and just see what they do.
Yeah, absolutely, and for the price, you can't beat it. Free,
Right.
Go ride a new bike,
So you rode this bike back here for the demo ride today. What did you think about it, opposed to your bike that you ride normally?
It's very smooth. It is a 2018 Street Glide Special. I ride a 09 Electric Glide Police standard. They're almost the same bike, but not even close.
So what about the motor? Is there a difference in the motor?
The new 107 is extremely smooth. It kind of took a little bit of the shakeout, which I kind of missed that part of it, but the ride, the suspension is incredible, and the high-end power is really a difference at the higher RPMs.
All right, Cindy, we just got off the motorcycles. Obviously, we're here mainly because of you. You ride the Dyna Street Bob. You've been riding that since 08. And now the Dynas are all gone, but the Street Bob has been converted into a Softail now. So, number one, the appearance of the bike. What did you think about the way the bike looks compared to the way yours looks?
I like the appearance of it. It didn't bother me. I mean, there's no shocks on the outside, so that was different. I like the color. but yeah, the bike itself, as far as the way it is, I think it looks good to me. I don't know. It's different than my Street Bob, of course. Mine has a little bit more brake, I feel like, on it, and that one, so it doesn't feel like you have that on it when you're sitting on it, I guess.
Now, performance-wise, what did you think of that? Obviously, it has a much bigger motor than what your bike has.
The performance is unfreaking believable. It will jump just like that. I mean, I was kind of shocked because I have a lot of power on my bike, but for that one, I mean, immediately, as soon as I let go, it was gone. I mean, I think I went from 0 to 50 in a second. That's how
I felt. The bike is lighter, so it feels like to me that it, or I shouldn't say the bike's lighter, but the front end feels lighter to me, so the speed even seems faster. So you feel like that you're just absolutely taking off. When we got on the highway, I know we're not supposed to jump on it, so I kept my speed down, but I did jump on it a little, and just to be able to go all through the gears and get it to 80 on the highway, I mean, it's a rocket.
What do you think about the suspension?
It was nice. I have to say, oh yeah, I didn't feel any bumps. I didn't feel, I mean, my bike, of course, again, is slammed to the ground, so it's hard. It's a pretty hard ride for me. I get bounced up off my bike a lot. That one, no, there was none. It was like, damn, this is good. All right, Scott, so you rode the CVO Road Glide. How did you feel about that bike?
I overall loved it. I've never rode a Road Glide, and as you know, the difference with those is that it has a stationary fairing. It does not turn with the handlebars, it's stationary. Never rode one of those before. So that was a little different when I first took off. Again, it's the CVO, I think it's got the 117 motor on it. I mean, my God, the power. I mean, like you said, you barely twist the throttle.
Yes.
It wants to go, and I could tell it wanted to go. We got on the highway. Now, I didn't get up to 80 miles an hour. I didn't get to goose it because I was at the front of the line. So I don't have no rubber band effect where I was at. So but still, we were up at 70 miles an hour, cruising between 65 and 70, and it was like the motor was idling. It was like there was no strain on it. Obviously, I didn't use cruise control. I didn't use the radio. You know, it's got all that on there, which I'm not used to having. But on a demo ride, I'm not going to turn any of that stuff on. But I can see why people that, everybody I know that's ever bought a Road Glide has never left a Road Glide. They stay on it the rest of their life because they say nothing compares to a Road Glide. And I can understand what they're saying. Because it was nice on the back roads. It's a heavy front end. It is a heavy front end. But as to me, weight is your friend when you're on a motorcycle. When you can throw that weight into something, I mean, it just leans over and it curves. I mean, it handles really, really nice.
Okay, you say it handles nice. I've heard you say that on my bike, a lot of times because the front end is heavier, that it'll kind of pull you down. So did that bike do that at all?
Not at all. No, this is a totally different feel. Yeah, it was a heavier front end, but it just seemed to you just lean, and it just lays right into a curve and it leans right into the turns, and it was just a very comfortable ride. I can see where if you were taking a long trip, that would probably be the bike I would hop on. Hey, that's going to do it for us this week, and I just want to thank all of our loyal fans.
And hope you're enjoying the riding season, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook.
And remember, it's not what you ride,
it's that you ride. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook.
And remember.
Yeah, we're good. You guys do it.